Okay, so the beginning of this video is just going to give you the answers. So I'm sort of just going to let you look at these. So hopefully everybody will. Then you don't have to watch it if you know the answers. So you could take a screenshot, you could do whatever to see those answers. It's 1 through 12, 13, 14. Then just me sort of reading through these graphs. With 15, you have a line y equals mx plus b. So I went to 1 and I went down to over 5. Don't forget you have the front board where you can sort of look at, hey, what's absolute value supposed to be? A v. So we know shifts, left 3, down 4. That gives me this. Slope is 1 over 1. So I went up 1, right 1, up 1, left 1. There's my v. 17, I have a parabola because I have a quadratic. So the way we did that was the opposite of b over 2a. So I did 4 over 2 times 1. That gave me 2. Then I plugged 2 in, and I got negative 6. So that gave me that point. I have this line of symmetry. I do 2 points bigger, or I could do 2 points smaller. I put 3 in to the equation, got negative 5. I put 4 in, got negative 2. And then I reflected those on the other side. $18, I know that square root, again, I could look up at the board. Square root is half of a sideways parabola. So I know my shifts. Right 4, up 2 gave me this point. It only goes one way. So I put 4, 2 in there, and then 2 bigger. Arrow only goes to the right. 5 gave me 3. 6 gives me like, I don't know, it's like 3 point, square root of 2, I think it's 3.41. And I drew that. 19 is an Egyptian, cube root. I'm not going anywhere right or left because there's nothing in the radical. I'm going down 4. So that gave me 0, negative 4. The Egyptian goes both ways. So I did 1 bigger, 1 smaller, and I have that Egyptian looking graph. And then 20 is really us knowing, like I didn't really put anything, but when we talk, I'll talk about that in class, like what's an x cubed? John Travolta. What's a negative x cubed? What's an x4? It's got to be a parabola. What's a negative x4? So if we remember, odd is opposite behavior, even is same behavior. And if it's negative in front, then that flips it. Okay, that would be a multiple choice type of question. So I'm just going to do like real quick these equations. This is a regular old linear equation. Get x on a side by itself. There's number 1. Number 2, absolute value. So I got to remember with absolute value, I get the absolute value on a side by itself. Then I set up 2 equations. 4x plus 3 equals 12. 4x plus 3 equals negative 12. I solve it. So that gave me my 9 over 4. Here, I solve it. That gives me my negative 15 over 4. So if I look at this one, I have an inequality with x's on both sides. I do the same thing. So I'm going to subtract 2x, and you don't have to do it exactly like this. I'm going to add 11, and the thing that I wanted to remember is the only way that that inequality sign changes is if you divide by a negative, which I did not. Number 4, same exact thing. I don't know really why I gave you 2 of these, except for I distribute. So here I would add 9x. I try to make it so I don't have to divide by a negative. So then divide by 12. Again, my inequality sign never changed because I never divided by a negative. Number 5, quadratics. So what are my 2 methods? Factoring and quadratic formula. So what 2 numbers multiply to give me 5 that subtract to give me 4? 5 and 1. Signs, one of each. Larger number gets the sign of the middle. So set those equal to 0, negative 5, positive 1. Second one, you could try to factor, but probably easier to just do quadratic formula. So opposite of b, plus or minus, square root of b squared minus 4ac, all over 2a. That's a, that's b, that's c. Opposite of b, 5. 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 7, all over 2 times 2. So now do what's inside there. It's going to be 25 plus 56, which is 81. So square root of 81 over 4. You're not. Over 4. So then that's 5 plus or minus 9 over 4, which is 14 over 4, negative 4 over 4, 7 halves, negative 1. Number 7 and 8. Isolate the thing being raised to a power. Add 15. X minus 2 to the 4th equals 81. How do you get rid of a 4th power? You 4th root it. That gives you x minus 2. It's an even root, so you got to put plus or minus. 4th root of 81 is 3. Add 2. 2 plus or minus 3. Next one, divide by 2. X minus 5 squared equals 36. Square root. X minus 5 plus or minus 6. Square root, even. Add 5. 5 plus or minus 6. Number 9. Isolate your power. So same thing. Add 50. Always add or subtract before you multiply or divide. I got 375. Divide by 3. I got 125. How do you get rid of a 3/4 power? 4/3 it. That gives you x. You literally put that in your calculator, and that gives you 625. Number 10. Again, it's all like the same theme. Isolate the thing that's strange. So I divide by 2. So here, how do I get rid of a 4th root? I 4 power. That gives me x squared minus 7. That's 81. Add 7. I get x squared equals 88. This is square root. It's even. plus or minus the square root of 88. I got to reduce that radical. 4 times 22. So it's plus or minus 2 radical 22. Number 11. Again, just think. Isolate the thing you don't know what to do with. Add 9. So I got that. Now this is the one you may forget. This is exponential. How do you solve exponential? You bring in log. Log base 3, 47 equals x. Put that in your calculator using your log base key, which my calculator isn't out, so hopefully you know where that is. And that is 3.5. But calculator. 12. How do you get rid of log? You can't divide by log. You make it exponential. Start at your base. 2 to the 5th equals 2x plus 1. 2 to the 5th. Put in your calculator. 32. Subtract 1. 31 equals 2x. Divide by 2. X is 31 over 2, which you might have 15.5. Last two. Last ones we did. Rational. 13 is a proportion. If it is a fraction equal to a fraction, one diagonal multiplied equals the other diagonal. 8x minus 24, 12x minus 8. So then this is like the very beginning. Subtract 8x, however you do it. Add 8. Negative 16 equals 4x. Divide by 4. X is negative 4. Now with 14 you can't do that. You could multiply the whole entire equation by the denominator to get rid of it. So, well, if you multiply it by the first thing, x minus 2 would cancel. If you multiply it by the second thing, but be careful, you would have to put that second thing in parentheses. And then the third thing, you're actually going to have it. So then this would be x minus 4 minus 2x plus 1 equals 2x minus 4. Put those like terms, 1x minus 2x, negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Add x. 3x minus 4 equals negative 3. Add 4. 1 equals 3x. Divide by 3. You could have gotten that a different way, but that's how I did it. So that is, I did those graphs for you. So if you want to see them, that's 13-minute quick video of them done out. We'll see you on Tuesday.